Hey YouTube, welcome back to The Athletic Nerd. My name is Tyler. Today, I'm coming with a video about my predictions for the divisional round and a preview of just the matchup so far. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It will help a lot. And enjoy! Schemes. But if he can do that, then Aaron Rodgers is going to have to throw the ball to a lot of other unproven wide receivers. So it'll be a long day for him. Another thing to focus on is whether or not Aaron Donald's rib injury is going to affect him a lot. Because if it doesn't, then it'll be a great game. Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd combined for 90 pressures over the season. So if they're getting to the quarterback and Jalen Ramsey can shut down Davante Adams, then it's going to be hard for the Packers to score, especially if they get the running game going. Cam Akers had a very good game last week, and if they can do that, then the time of possession is really going to be in the Rams' hands, and it's going to be a low-scoring game, which really stops a lot of the things that the Packers do. Now, the way the Packers win this game is simply, like I said, if Aaron Donald's injury is really affecting him and he's slowed down, especially since the Packers already have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, then A-Rod gets to stay clean. He gets to make throws. And if Jalen Ramsey either is not as effective against Davante Adams when he's guarding him, or if just he doesn't shadow him the whole game, so say Davante Adams goes in the slot and Jalen Ramsey doesn't follow him, then Davante Adams could be exploited in that way, and he could get a lot of yards. Also, if they get the running game going with Aaron Jones, because he's very explosive as a runner. But the Rams also have one of the best run defenses in the NFL, so it's going to be hard to see. Another injury for him to watch out for is Jared Goff's thumb injury, which clearly affected him last week in their win over the Seahawks. It affected his accuracy a lot, so if his accuracy is still off and the thumb is still an issue, then it's just going to be a rough day for the Rams' offense, because the Packers could then load the box, and with no threat of him throwing downfield, then it's going to be a lot of 3-and-outs and short possessions, which is going to give Aaron Rodgers more time to just make plays and the rest of that explosive offense. So I have the Packers winning this game, but in a close one. A lot of people expect this to be more of a blowout, especially since a lot of the other games are supposed to be very close. But I think the Rams' defense is going to be able to do very well. And like I said, they'll probably try to control the clock a lot and just run the ball, especially since the Packers have a middle-of-the-pack run defense. So if they can do that, then it's going to be a low-scoring and a very boring game. But still, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, so he probably won't be able to be stopped. Davante Adams is probably going to find some way, and they could just spread the ball around anyway. So I have the Packers winning probably like a 24-21, that type of game, similar to the Buffalo versus Indianapolis game last week. This week, I'm at the second game of the weekend. Both of these games are being played today. Are the Ravens versus the Bills. I think the Ravens can win this game if they continue to keep pounding the ball and rushing very well. They've had one of the best, if not the best, rushing game over like the past few weeks. And if they can do that, stay on schedule with scoring, stay on schedule in their drives, and then use the play action pass, get Mark Andrews open, maybe get a deep ball with Marquise Brown because he's a speedster, then they have a really good chance. And when it comes to how they can stop Josh Allen, it's going to be hard to know, because if the pressure gets to Josh Allen, because Wink Martindale, the Ravens DC, he likes to blitz a lot, and how the Ravens corners could hold up. Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters are very good, but Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley are as well. So if they can stop the explosive plays from the Bills, then they have a very good chance. The Bills can win this game. Like I said, they just have to do the opposite of what the Ravens have to do. If they can stop the run and get ahead, then the Ravens are basically nothing, because their passing game is very predictable. As you've probably seen in the past, a lot of the times when they get behind, then they just can't do anything because the play action game that works so well, there's no reason for it if you know they're not going to run the ball. Then their wide receivers don't get too much separation most of the time anyway. So, and if it comes down to like a 3rd and long, then Lamar Jackson doesn't really have many options to throw to. But overall, I still have the Ravens winning this game. The Bills' running game never got going last week against Indianapolis, and that's very alarming as the Ravens have one of the best defenses in the NFL and have shown with Derrick Henry that they can stop the run. And that can make the Bills' offense predictable at times, most likely. But I think it'll still be a close one. It'll be a little bit more high scoring. It might come down to a Justin Tucker game-winning field goal like he's done many times in the past. Because Josh Allen is still Josh Allen. He's played at a near MVP level this year. And Stephon Diggs is still Stephon Diggs, so it's going to be hard to know. And then the next game, this team plays on Sunday because the previous 2 games played today at the time of the recording, which is on Saturday, is the Browns versus the Chiefs. And the only way the Browns win this game is by scoring. Like, their defense is not that good, and they're playing the Chiefs. The only way they can really beat them is if they outscore them. And they can do that with Nick Chubb, who's a big play guy. You know, Baker Mayfield plays the way he's been playing of recent with the play action and just playing very well. It can get it done. He could probably throw for a few touchdowns. Maybe Nick Chubb runs for a few. Then they have a really good shot. At the same time, all the Chiefs have to do, in my opinion, is get the running game going. Now you may think, what are you talking about? They have Mahomes, Hill, Kelsey. I already know that. Everybody knows that. But if the Chiefs can get ahead, the only way that they can really control the game, control the clock, make sure, is by running the ball. And as of recent, basically this entire season, the running game has been non-existent. And by running the ball, it stops people from like Myles Garrett and just the edge rushers and that Cleveland has from selling out on the pass, which has been a technique that a lot of teams have been using because Mahomes likes to drop deep in the pockets where if he gets sacked, then that's a big loss and basically ends the drive. But if the running game starts working, then they have to work on both things. They can use play action. They can go deep with Hill and other weapons that they have there. So the bottom line, I have the Chiefs winning this game. I don't really think that the Browns have too much of a chance. At the end of the day, if it comes down to scoring, there's really almost no one better than the Chiefs at doing so. And that's just the way it works because the best thing that the Browns have is the running game, and sometimes that's not going to be reliable late in the game. And they're probably not going to get a situation like last week where they jump on the Steelers, even though the Steelers actually did start making a comeback. Now, the last game of the divisional round is Buccaneers versus Saints, and I think that the Bucs have a chance of winning this game because they have a locked-in Tom Brady. Like, he's super zoned in. Even when they were nailing the ball at the end of the game, he was yelling at a tight end to get in the huddle because he's that focused on winning right now. And he looks younger than ever. Everybody has seen that already. And just that whole offense, they have a lot of weapons. Everybody knows about Antonio Brown, who's been playing better recently. They still have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, who is notably one of the best playoff tight ends ever, even though he has regressed a little bit this season. And on the defensive side of the ball, they have a great rush defense, and just the guys that they have the best rush defense in football, and they have great linebackers in Levante David and Devin White. They have some good DBs, and Antoine Winfield Jr., who is a top candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year, even though that would probably go to Chase Young. They have Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy Bunting, and just they have a really solid team overall. Now, the case for the Saints is that they have one of the most complete rosters in the NFL. They have Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, which makes pretty much the best running back wide receiver duo. And if they could stop Leonard Fournette and stop that running game, and then limit the deep balls or maybe even force a turnover because the Bruce Arians offense can be very inconsistent at times. So as long as they don't get the big plays, sometimes that offense sputters a lot. And then if Alvin Kamara could get a lot of touches in space, run the ball, screen passes, checkdowns, all of that, then there's a good chance that they move the ball, especially with Drew Brees' lack of arm strength nowadays. And if Michael Thomas could take advantage of the matchup, because he is an elite wide receiver and the Bucs don't have a truly shut down corner yet. So, bottom line here, I think that the Buccaneers still get the win simply because Tom Brady is Tom Brady. I know that he lost in the wild card game last year to the Titans, but honestly, he's on a much better team this year. I think that the Bucs have too many weapons for the Saints to handle. And I think that the Bucs match up well with Alvin Kamara because of those linebackers that can run sideline to sideline. They can stop the run, and Drew Brees has a lack of explosiveness now. So if it comes down to it, he can't really make a deep play, which will make the offense a little bit more predictable. And I think that Buccaneers and Tom Brady advance. This will probably be Drew Brees' last NFL game. It's just kind of sad to see because he's had a great career, but I guess it's just time. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe too for more content. I'm gonna have a lot of football and basketball videos coming very soon. I may have another video dropping later today. And just have a great day, and God bless.